Hi, everyone. Welcome back. And if this is your first time, welcome. Expect my dog to bark. She's right here. Hi, Nolly. Good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. And she's going to bark. She's going to whine. She's going to do something. Don't get mad at her. I know how you guys are. Don't yell at my dog. Please. Thank you. So, I am already sick of winter. I, like a lot of you, when winter rolls around, get bummed out. 2020, the pandemic, yucky, winter now, the vaccine's on the way, awesome, but I'm bummed. I can't help it. I'm doing everything in my power that I'm aware of to get over it, and I can't. It doesn't seem like exercising, eating well, walking the dog. Did I say exercising? Exercising. I spending time with people, calling people when I need to, meditating, journaling, working hard, not working at all. So, for the foreseeable future, I'm still going to intersperse some videos about prison, and I'm definitely going to keep talking about it. I'm not done talking about it. There's more to be said, but I feel like I need to focus on some of the lighter aspects of incarceration, at least, like getting out, how life got better. Maybe you guys need to hear that too. Maybe some of you are over it. I'm over it. So I want to tell you about Jet's Pizza today. I want to talk to you about after I got out of prison and I got out of work release, and the only pizza that I'd had access to for 3 years was, that rectangular pizza that you get when you're 8 years old at school. Here's the thing. Any place of business, any prison, any jail, any work release center, anything that is selling this pizza, just don't have pizza. Because that's not pizza. You can't give me a saltine with cheese and marinara on it and be like, pizza day. That's not pizza, okay? Just say, hey, guys, while you're incarcerated, you don't have pizza, okay? Don't try to jazz up the office cafeteria by saying Pizza Friday and then give us this rectangular bullshit. It's not. So I wanted to talk to you about Jet's Pizza. I have typically ordered Donato's. It's what my mom likes. I think Donato's is a national chain. I'm pretty sure that it is. And it's good. It's thin crust pizza. It's not like crunchy, wonderful, fancy restaurant thin crust pizza, but thin crust pizza nonetheless. And it's good. The sauce is good. There's enough cheese, blah, blah, blah. I'm not somebody that typically likes deep dish pizza. It's just mostly bread. That's been my experience. I remember we went to Chicago, and this will be blasphemy to some people, I'm sure. We went to Chicago, my family and I, when I was younger, and the only part of the trip that I remember was two parts. I got a leather jacket that still fits today, and it's in wonderful condition. In fact, hold on. I got a leather jacket that still fits and still is in great condition, and it's one of the best coats I've ever had, because leather, if it's good, doesn't let any wind through. Hi, I know, it's a jacket. So I'm talking to my dog. And we went to a place called Geno's East. I think there's a couple of them or something like that in Chicago, and this was on the east side. Celebrated for its deep dish Chicago-style pizza. Cornmeal crust, yada yada. It's so popular that you can now buy it at grocery stores in the Midwest, frozen, and, cook it. And it's good, but who cares? It was like there were lines, long lines down the block, people waiting for this pizza. Like it was an unemployment line, like it was the Great Depression, like it was the only bread in town. And it was just fine. It was okay. You had to wait like 2 hours. If you decided to sit in the restaurant, it was basically another 2 hours because the staff was either incompetent or overwhelmed, probably both, because anybody that would work there would quit after a week. It was miserable. Nobody wants to do that. It was just tourists, day in, day out. I've waited on tourists before when I had restaurant jobs and I lived in New York, and that's a nightmare because they're not in New York to see you, okay? They're not in New York to chat with the transplant from Indiana. They're just not. Same with Chicago. So the pizza was fine. Who cares, though? It's like, I'm not going to drive 3 hours, wait 2 hours, wait another 2 hours to eat this fine pizza. So I get out. I've had Donato's, whatever. And I order Jet's Pizza. And it's deep dish. And I didn't know that. And it's in a rectangle, my least favorite pizza shape, as you've deduced, as I told you. And it was a dream come true. It was the best pizza that I've ever had. Not only that, it was legitimately the first meal that I had out of being incarcerated that made me feel like I was free. Have you ever had food that's so good that it makes you question the freedom and the life you've experienced up to that point? Were you truly living? The pizza it's like this thick, all right, which you don't have a point of reference. It's like 2.5, 3 inches thick. The sauce is unbelievable, obviously made in store by some ancient recipe by some magical grandmother in Italy who knew what she was doing. The cheese is melted to perfection, and there's just a little too much of it, but in a good way. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not wanting for cheese here. In fact, you might pick it off, save a little for later, which is ideal for me. There's got to be too much cheese. Too little cheese, I'm taking it back. The amazing thing that they do with this cheese, though, more important than the cheese just on top, is when they're putting this thing in a pan, this rectangular pan to bake it. They dough, sauce, cheese on top, blah, 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 any toppings that you get. I always just get the cheese because it's so good. They, drench it in butter, some type of seal fat, freshly harvested from the Atlantic Ocean. And they then, with this cheese, take old aged Parmesan and they sprinkle it along the edges of this rectangular pan. So when the pizza bakes, it ends up with this charred, crunchy, super savory cheese crust. So instead of, some BS like bacon stuffed crust, which is good from Pizza Hut, it's just like what you're grabbing when you pick up a slice of this pizza. I'm going to have to get this pizza tonight. I just realized is you're grabbing it by the cheese. Okay. And if this channel ever had a saying, a slogan, it's this: grab it by the cheese. That's what this pizza made me feel like. It was so good that I ate the whole thing. This pizza was intended for at least 3 people to share over the course of a day. I ate the whole thing. I also ordered their cinnamon sticks, which is literally just their pizza made into a dessert. No sauce, no cheese. Gross if it had that. Yuck. And it's just got cinnamon sugar, the vanilla frosting drizzle that you've seen at every pizza chain ever. But theirs was done right. And by done right, I mean basically just bathed in butter. And it was wonderful. I had it that night, ate the whole pizza, the whole dessert. And the next night, I did the same thing. And the next night, I did the same thing. I ate that pizza until I hated myself, until I felt like I was imprisoned again, but by my own body. It was that good. It was worth forcing myself to feel physical discomfort for. It was that good. It was one of the only foods I've ever eaten. There's only a few things like that for me. There's fresh homemade brownies. There's Jet's Pizza. What else is there? Swedish fish, believe it or not. I survived on Swedish fish, granola bars, and beef jerky when I was in New York City. And I was using, and I didn't have any money left. And my mom was sending me candy and granola bars and beef jerky because that's what I was asking for instead of, whatever, clothing and real, what is she going to send me? Spinach? So fell in love with Swedish fish, eating them pounds at a time. That's besides the point. Jet's Pizza. So what's the point of this video? There is no point. There's no point. Eat Jet's Pizza. It's only in Indiana. Travel to Indiana. What if it's like Geno's? What if it's not worth it? Well, then you wasted your time. It's so good. I am ready for the world to get rid of this wet blanket it's living under. So ready for it. I am busting my buns to feel decent every day, and I know that you guys are too. I am relatively happy, usually. But for the last month, my God, I made that video, a couple weeks ago, where I was saying, like, today was a crappy day, and it had been. It was. I wasn't lying. And it got better for a couple days, and here we are again, mama. So, Jet's Pizza. Do yourselves a favor this week. If you don't have access to a delicious pizza that you enjoy, on me, okay? Send me the bill. I'm not going to pay for it. Send me the bill. You're going to have to spend your own money. Get yourself something that you love. Treat yourself to some food that you're willing to eat so much of that it makes you uncomfortable. If you're on a diet and losing weight is important for you, don't ruin your diet. Do something else. Buy a ticket to Disneyland, but don't go because it's not safe. Don't get sick. But just like stare at the ticket or whatever. There's so much light that is being ignored right now. Because all we can think about is how fucked up everything has been for a lot of reasons, not just COVID. So be nice to yourselves. If not today, not tomorrow, someday this week. Do something for yourself that you wouldn't normally do because you have earned it. If you're sitting here today watching something on YouTube to try to feel better, I know that you are also busting your buns trying to feel your best, be your best, do your best for yourself and others. You earned it. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye.